It is bite-sized. I should be writing. Today's October 22nd, I believe. Yes. And I am in the basement doing some crafting, but damn it. I'm not a very neat person. Yeah, this is Mer Lafferty, and we're talking about getting ready for NaNoWriMo. Got a daily show for the rest of October, and then there'll be a daily show for Patreon supporters for my Inkstained Fabulous at just the dollar level over at patreon.com/mightymer. So, somebody said something on Discord today that really got me thinking. I can already tell that trying to do Nano is going to send me spiraling down into that land of, my house is messy and that's bad so I can't write now, followed by overwhelm and paralysis. So I could use some gentle guidance. Well, first thing, caveat, I can't fix your brain, so all I can do is prepare you. You're absolutely right. But think about it this way. If, instead of NaNoWriMo, you were preparing to train for a marathon, and you knew that training for a marathon would be just all-encompass devouring your life in November, would you cut yourself some slack regarding the rest of your responsibilities in life? A lot of people, we treat this like it's a fun thing, and it is. It's a fun thing. What makes it fun is the community aspect of it, that we're all in this together. We're all working hard together. It is hard work, what we're doing. Most writers don't write 50,000 words in a month. It takes months and months to write a book. And it's not just the word count a day. It's thinking about the plot. It's thinking about the characters. It's wondering if everything fits together. And you're not supposed to worry that much at NaNoWriMo, but people do. So the fact that you are afraid of this is actually a good thing because you're being realistic and anticipating things that can go wrong in November. I'd almost guarantee that somebody's going to be thinking exactly what this person said in the Discord. It could be that your brain is trying to do some creative procrastination and say, I don't want to write, how about I fret about the house instead? It could be that your brain's trying to be a jerk, and if you have a really good day writing, but you wear yourself out and you just want to relax for the rest of the day, and then you think, well, I didn't do the laundry or clean up or whatever, then I'm a failure. That can happen too. So the way to do it is to go in with your eyes open. Know that your brain's going to do this. It's like when I say, if you get a rejection, the best thing to do is remind yourself that you're allowed to feel your feelings, and you should go in and experience the pain and the disappointment. And then once you've processed that, you go on, and the next morning you get back to work. Go into the month knowing that this is going to be harder than usual. Life is going to be harder than usual if you take on NaNoWriMo. That's the challenge. That's why it's a challenge. And so when life gets harder, everything seems a little bit more difficult. Try to have a plan to what's the bare minimum you can do in a day. And when you have a bad day and you feel yourself starting to do that spiral, can you do that one bare minimum? Think about what you can benefit from that won't be too much effort, but will remind yourself that you are handling this. And if you think you're just adding on something small, doing NaNoWriMo, exchange that with training for a marathon, and then wonder how you would have to change your life if you were training for a marathon. And cut yourself some slack. It's a tough thing we're doing. If it were easy, we wouldn't need NaNoWriMo. When you're feeling low, when you're feeling like you can't handle the writing and the domestic and the day job and everything else, lean on a friend. Remind yourself of what you said today, October 22nd, or whenever you're listening to this, and you said, my bare minimum is wash one dish, wash one load of laundry and put it in the dryer, and then that's it for the day. Don't worry about taking it out of the dryer and folding it. That's tomorrow you's problem. Pick up for 10 minutes. Have a small thing that you can do to remind yourself that you can handle these things. You just can't handle all of it all at the same time, and no one can. People often ask me how I do all the things I do. I feel like I waste a lot of time. The thing is, I do everything in batches, and when I'm not doing one project and instead I'm focusing on another one, I feel bad because I'm like, oh, I'm behind on my podcast, or oh, I'm behind on my word count because I'm taking care of the podcasts. I don't every day get up and do podcasting and do writing and do escape pod stuff and do domestic stuff and all that. I do a couple of things a day, and then the next day I try to focus on whatever I didn't do the day before. So think about your absolute worst day and what you would need to do to make it to tomorrow. Is it clean up for 10 minutes? Set a timer? Make a bed? And write that down. I don't know, obviously, everybody else's personal living situation, but letting the people around you know that you are doing this is vital, because your life will change while you're doing this. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be time-consuming. It's probably going to affect your mood. You're going to be frustrated some days. You're going to be down some days. You're going to be elated some days. Put a plan in place for days that you know are going to be difficult. If you're in America, that's probably going to be around Thanksgiving. I'm trying to put in contingency plans for a weekend vacation I'm taking. Well, not contingency plans, actual plans for hitting word count and hitting my daily podcast. This is why we do Preptober. If you're a Patreon supporter and you're on the Discord, check, I think it's our NaNoWriMo channel. Thursday, after the podcast, Valerie Valdez, my friend, the kids are asleep if you watch the live show, has been a municipal liaison. Look, I said it. Wow, I was able to say it this time. For years. And wrote all of her books during NaNoWriMo. And she's a dang inspiration and a very good teacher. She went to the NaNoWriMo channel in our Discord to do a long thread on Preptober and the things you can do to get ready for NaNoWriMo, and I highly recommend that. And to get to the Discord, again, that's a Patreon exclusive, but it's a Patreon exclusive at the bottom level. All you got to do is support for $1. Patreon.com/MightyMur. I also have a free Discord during NaNoWriMo time. I'll put that link in the show notes. And that is open to everybody, and most everybody who participates in the NaNoWriMo channel on the exclusive Discord also hangs out at the non-exclusive Discord, so there will be some action over in the NaNoWriMo specific Discord. But also, go to the Discord, talk to people. You're not alone. When you have that feeling of nothing will ever be successful because I can't do the basic need of doing my dishes. We've all felt that. Ask your friends for support. Ask the people you live with for support. Ask yourself for support. Remind yourself that this is a big deal, and it's okay to let some of your regular life things slide if you're going to be attacking this monumental achievement. It's going to be hard. No one ever said it was going to be easy. Guys, it's hard. I never succeed. I know it's hard. And I guess that's the last thing. I didn't feel bad last year for not succeeding in NaNoWriMo because there were a couple of days where I didn't make word count, but I wrote because I knew I was doing NaNoWriMo. It's like I was in a mood where I didn't feel like it, and I didn't want to, and I thought, well, it's NaNoWriMo, so I better. I didn't hit word count, and I fell behind, and then I didn't succeed, but I know that those words I wrote would not have been written had I not been doing NaNoWriMo. So if you write more than you would have in November, you've already won. Remind yourself of the bare minimum to keep going. Remind yourself that you're essentially training for a marathon. And be kind to yourself. And support your friends when they come in and go, oh God, what's happening to my life? And you know what? If it's not for you, if writing 50,000 words in a month is not for you, that's okay too. I got a career. And I fail at NaNoWriMo every time. You don't have to do it. You don't have to succeed in order to keep going as a writer. It's a fun challenge, but it is a challenge. So remind yourself of that. And just be kind. So I am doing this daily show every day for everybody until November 1st, and then the daily show moves to Patreon supporters only. You can join the Ink-Stained Fabulous at patreon.com/MightyMur, where you can get access to the archives and the extended episodes and exclusive episodes and now NaNoWriMo daily episodes. I will see you tomorrow when I do another daily show. Thank you for discussing things in the Discord and giving me episode ideas. And Get ready. It's going to be a long slog, but be kind to yourself. It ain't easy, but you're not alone, because you should be writing.